here we need to understand the general principles, the big picture. This is what we're trying to get, to understand how we can be prepared for these times, to know what's going to happen and be prepared for them. Now, the basic principle we've got to understand is the principle of the harvest. And the harvest is the ingathering. Jesus said in Matthew 13:39, the harvest is the end of the age. Or we could say the end of the age is going to be harvest time. And that means a lot of things. And it does mean, I believe, the greatest ingathering of new believers ever. Now, we've had an unbelievable harvest worldwide over the last 20 years. I wrote the book, The Harvest, in from a vision I had in 1987. I wrote it in 88. I think it was published in 89. But I had a friend of mine who's the leader of a huge international mission organization came to me. He said they had estimated that from the time I wrote that book, The Harvest, about the coming harvest, and that time, which was 16 years after I'd written it, he said as many people had come to Christ during those 16 years as had come to him from the day of Pentecost until 1987, 1988. He said, he was just telling me how accurate it was. We're in harvest time. But in that book, The Harvest, I was shown two huge waves of harvest. The first one is, I believe, what we've experienced over the last couple of decades, and it has been huge. It has been unbelievable, unimaginable ingathering all over the world, Africa, Asia, South and Central America, but it almost missed America and Europe. Well, I believe our time's coming. But in that vision that I received of the harvest, I saw a major wave coming that was so huge, so many people being gathered in. Many said, this is the harvest that is the end of the age. And in the vision I was shown, no, it's not. That was just the harvest of the laborers, to bring them in, mature them, get them on a solid foundation, on sound biblical principles, and prepare them as laborers for a much greater harvest that was to come. Now, where I believe we are in that timetable is we are seeing the first signs of the next great wave that I think is going to be way bigger than the last one. As we just shared yesterday with my intern about Japan. Japan has never had a major Christian revival. I believe they've kind of missed previous waves. I believe this is harvest time in Japan. This can be one of the great harvests, one of the great opportunities for that nation to turn to Christ. And many laborers, I believe, are being awakened and sent over there for that. There are other things coming, but instead of seeing bad things, terrible things happen, we really need to stand up and say, we're going to be a part of this harvest. We're going to help people find the Lord in the midst of all these shakings that are going on.